Recycled Track Systems is at the forefront of transforming the waste management industry through innovative technology and also sustainable practices. It was founded with the mission to modernize waste and recycling management. RTS uses a combination of real-time data, advanced analytics, and AI to streamline operations and reduce environmental impact. And one of their key innovations is the Pello sensor technology, which optimizes waste collection by providing detailed insights into waste levels and collection efficiency. And with me is co-founder and CEO Greg Lettieri to talk about the company, and great to have you here. Let's just start with just explaining how the company works, in particular the AI integration.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. So we're a digital trash company. I think that's the way to best look at us. And the way we've built our business is we physically do not own the trucks. We operate across the entire North America, including Canada, and we use the local waste sanitation vehicles to perform those services. And we coordinate all those services through our technology. So we kind of coined ourselves a garbage company without trucks. Which really means it's tech enhanced and using applications to perform those services across all of North America. We service close to 30,000 locations, so it's grown quite well over the last 10 years.
So can you give examples, like how maybe you have helped create efficiency in this space?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we really lead the way with our AI sensor called Pello. So the sensor goes inside the waste bin.
Okay.
So if you think of the old way waste was picked up before us, was a truck would show up and a container is going to be in the back of a shopping mall, a sports stadium, an office building, and you may or may not know what's being in that container or when it's being serviced. So our sensor allows us to tell us that a truck is arriving to perform services, and it allows us to look inside the bin at the material that's based inside the bin. So think of plastics, cardboard, different recyclable materials, and we're able to take that photo imagery and then explain to our customers what they're actually disposing of and how to be more efficient from a sustainability standpoint.
Yeah, interesting. So that's where the environmental part of it comes in. So you can tell if the things that are being thrown away need to be sorted out, or how does that work?
Yeah, so there's an alert-based system. I think a couple good use cases that I like telling is a college student at one of our university customers took a microwave when they were moving out of their dorm, threw it into the waste bin. An automatic picture was sent to the facilities team. The facilities team received that picture, they pulled the microwave out of the waste bin and made sure that appliance was recycled. Our number one use case is, if you think of Amazon packages or the amount of packages we receive at home, is cardboard being placed inside the waste bin, making sure that companies that are looking to be the most sustainable way they can be is pulling that cardboard out, making sure that it's properly recycled. And we're providing analytics real time to that service as well.
Wow. There's a lot of talk recently about the circular economy.
Yeah.
You know, taking clothing and recycling it and using it for other things. You play a role in that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're the driver of the circular economy. We're the reality of it. So we are the ones that have the real visibility into what is occurring from how products are being made, how products are being used, and how products are being disposed of. So a lot of our customers that are really driving their new product engagement, if you think of retail, makeup, or even soaps at this point, how those products are being used, and then the aftermarket of the packaging and how that's being disposed of. We have full data analytics regarding that. We get to see into people's waste bins with a camera. So it's a data-driven business. It's a data-driven world. And we're trying to be at the forefront. I think we are at the forefront of it for our industry, which is the garbage and recycling collection.
Sure, I mean, using artificial intelligence for environmental soundness and sustainability.
Correct.
So you mentioned college students. Who are your main customers and how do you engage with them?
Yeah, I mean, the customers are Fortune 1000s. I mean, we probably work with some of the top 100 Fortune 100 companies all across North America, from post offices to shopping centers, supermarkets. We also work with sports teams, NFL teams like the Washington Commanders. We work with locally here, the New York Mets and Barclays Center. And it's really whoever's generating the most amount of material post an event or post an office day. Those are the type of clients that we want to work with, because they have the most amount of volume, and the most volume, you can have the biggest environmental impact.
So since you do have data, are you able to measure metrics and to see what kind of impact you're having?
So there's a full portal. So if you think of the customer's experience, they're able to see at a portfolio level, and some of our customers have 500 or 1,000 locations. They can see what they're recycling at each location through our portal. We give them metrics on a per site basis. It tells you how much, because of the sensor that's in the bin from an AI perspective, we could tell them an estimate of how much we think it weighs, what the material consists of, how many black bags, how many clear bags, how much cardboard, how much plastic, if we have electronics recycling bin as well. And then we're able to kind of turn that in a wheel in our function and kind of spit out the report. It's all based on EPA regulations, and the reports are based on EPA regulations. So the customers can see what they've done at a portfolio level across their entire enterprise. It's night and day compared to what they're used to, which is I need a waste pickup, and having no digital data transparency or understanding of service.
Well, and I think people don't always know where to throw things away. They might throw it in the wrong place, and sometimes you hear that things all get kind of mixed together in the end. But this prevents that.
We're on our way to preventing it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's we've solved it completely at the individual level yet.
Okay.
It gives the site the ability to train janitorial staffs better, the consumer that may be shopping there, the office employee that may be working there. There is different things that we do at the office level through signage. There is some sensors that we can put in at the office level as well, but there's a lot of different people moving together through lunch and through their office day. But I think what we solved is the way the corporations can fix how things are removed and what facility they can go to. We haven't solved yet each individual person on how they get something, get rid of something at their home yet.
So,
but we're on our way to that for sure.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of regulation, city, countrywide on waste, and where it goes. New York's got the new commercial waste zones.
Yes.
I mean, how do you position the company to be able to take advantage of that?
Yeah, so commercial waste zone is something that really is at the forefront of what we've been working on. We've started the company. I'm from New York. We started in New York. We're at the New York Stock Exchange right now. So Department of Sanitation was really forward thinking and wanted to restructure the way private waste was serviced in New York City. So if you live in New York and you see the white trucks on the road and you live in an apartment building, that's serviced by Department of Sanitation. The private industry is what it is. It's private, but it's monitored by Department of Sanitation. So they wanted to take a stance, and we're aligned in this stance of reducing truck traffic. These trucks are quite large. They make a lot of noise. There's safety requirements with them. So we wanted to reduce truck traffic and reduce the miles of these trucks on the road. So the industry before commercial waste zones is trucks coming over from New Jersey, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, crisscrossing one another and just adding a lot of miles on the road. There was no efficiency to it. So they gridded out the city into 20 different zones and awarded contracts where specific companies, 3 to 5 companies, depending on the zone, can only service that area. So Lower Manhattan, the West Side, the Upper West Side, Upper East Side, areas of Brooklyn, Long Island City, each one of them has its own zone, and the commercial businesses can then hire one of those, and all the rates were standardized as well on a portal through the city. So it really it forced the industry to go where we were going and say, okay, we now need to standardize this. It needs to stop kind of being all over the place and having all these trucks crisscross. So I think Department of Sanitation's done a really good job. It's not fully implemented. It actually isn't implemented at all yet. It's being implemented in Q4 of this year.
Okay. So in addition to kind of making the trash more efficient, it also makes the pickup more efficient, so there's less miles on the road, less fuel being used.
And safer trucks. I mean, it's one of the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the world. And there's a tremendous amount of accidents. And if you think about it, a lot of the work in New York in particular is done at night.
Yes.
So you have people walking in the streets, sometimes with headphones on, riding bicycles, crisscrossing at 3 o'clock in the morning. People are coming home from a night of partying. It's quite dangerous. So to reduce that truck traffic, and to make these trucks more standardized is just going to help the industry. It's also going to help the individual person that's living in the city.
So where do you see the industry going?
I think we're leading it to a digital way where we like to say an enterprise level solution. So if you think of the way you deal with your cable TV or how you rent a movie or how you deal with your mobile phone. That is where we've brought the industry, and that's the experience we want to give to our clients, which is a digital experience. And again, we're taking it from a place where it's still trying to find a driver or a truck, and you're getting on the phone and you're calling and you're hoping somebody will show up. And if you think of like car service, 10 plus years ago, you were hoping a car would come pick you up. You didn't really know. And we've kind of taken that same lens for our industry, which is we want to show customers, your truck is arriving, it's being serviced, here's the material that's being collected, and here's where the material is going, and here's how to be more sustainable, and here's how sustainable you're being today.
Interesting. Okay, so the future of recycle track systems.
The future is quite bright. It's a push with AI and artificial intelligence to continue to push our sensors in every waste bin that we operate in, and to give our clients real-time understanding of when things are being picked up and how they're being picked up. And just using a sports example, because we service the sports stadiums, I'll use the New York Mets as an example. If you have 20,000 people attending a game or 40,000 people attending the game sometimes, that's a lot of material being disposed of. So to be able to give a client like that the understanding from a procurement and a product perspective, what's being removed, how to make better decisions, how to buy less, because there's maybe too much waste with food, and food waste is a big piece of our business as well, making sure that food is either donated or composted. That's really the type of service we want to provide, is giving that full-on look into waste disposal.
Do you think you might ever be here having an IPO at some point?
We started it with that vision. I think that vision will come to fruition, and that'll be a different interview, but that is the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
One day I would love to see our name outside when we come to work. Our office is very close to the New York Stock Exchange, so hopefully one day, yes.
Well, I get the first interview when that happens.
All right, no problem.
Greg, thank you so much.
Great,
to hear
thank
about
you.
the company.
Thank you for having me.